If you spend any time driving on Arkansas highways, odds are you felt that frustration of trying to pass other cars with a big rig in your way. THV 11 viewer Sharon of Conway wants to know if trucks are allowed to hog the left lanes. All new this morning, let's verify. Even the most irritated driver would agree we need truck drivers regardless of how they choose to drive. In 1 year alone, the industry carried more than 11 billion tons of freight across the United States, providing jobs to more than 3.5 million professional truck drivers. Arkansas is just like all other states with so-called keep right laws, where slow-moving drivers must move to the furthest right lane. Hanging out in the left lane not only impedes the flow of traffic, you could be ticketed and face a fine up to $100. But does the law exclude big trucks? Our sources are the Arkansas Department of Public Safety, the Department of Finance and Administration, American Trucking Associations, and the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. In 2021, Act 1090 became law in Arkansas, reinforcing the keep right rule while adding a few exceptions. They include cases like passing another vehicle traveling in the same direction. All other lanes are closed or in disrepair, or when a driver is preparing to exit the highway to the left. Exceptions aside, the Arkansas Department of Transportation can also designate sections of a multi-lane highway off limits to left-lane drivers who simply like it there. The department will place signs to indicate those sections. The same rules apply to trucks, defined as vehicles having more than 2 axles. Trucks have other potential violations too. Drivers can lose their commercial licenses temporarily or permanently for committing a serious traffic offense. Such violations include excessive speeding, reckless driving, erratic lane changes, or causing accidents resulting in injuries or fatalities. So we can verify that no, there are no exceptions to Arkansas's left lane law, including big trucks. They must follow the same laws as non-commercial drivers. More than 2.5 million drivers in Arkansas are properly registered to be on the roads. But THV 11 viewer Joyce tells us she sees expired tags a lot and even read on Facebook that it's cheaper to pay an expired tag ticket than it is to keep your car current. So she wonders if these drivers could be pulled over and face any penalties. Is it true that Arkansas drivers are saving money by not paying their yearly tag renewals or registrations? Let's verify. Our sources are the Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration, the State of Arkansas House of Representatives, online legal site Justia, and RDOT. Driving is historically considered a privilege, and with it comes your responsibility to keep your car current on its registration. Proof that your property or sales taxes are paid for allows the state and law enforcement to rest assured you're complying with the rules of the road. A recently passed law even gives you 60 days to register or renew a vehicle, which is twice as long as it once was. The DFA says penalties for expired tags start at $3 for each 10-day period the car is unregistered, not to exceed the full year's registration fee. For those who don't pay the sales tax on a new registration, the penalty is much higher, at 10% of the sales tax due. That's the money side of it. Then there is law enforcement. State police say you can be pulled over and ticketed for expired tags, though it's not considered a moving offense and is a misdemeanor. The first time means a fine between $50 to $100. If you're convicted for a second time in that same year, your unregistered car can be impounded until you prove you've paid off your obligation. So we can verify that no, drivers with expired tags in Arkansas are not doing themselves any favors. They stand to lose their car and be out more cash than what they originally owed. Getting behind the wheel after drinking too much is a risk that law enforcement in Arkansas say they see people take all too often. And the state laws are not limited to cars, trucks, SUVs, or even boats. So what about ways of traveling that don't involve a steering wheel? Arkansas has strengthened its driving while intoxicated laws. Drunk drivers who are caught face stricter penalties, larger fines, longer license suspensions, and mandatory alcohol education programs. The law is clear about what types of vehicles are covered too, which is why we found an online claim about Arkansas puzzling. We were directed to the reservations and parking service company Way.com, claiming Arkansas is among several states where you can be busted for an illegal BAC limit while on horseback. But since horses can be a means of transportation, let's verify. Our sources are the Arkansas Motor Vehicle and Traffic Laws and State Highway Commission regulations and Arkansas State Police. A quick search turns up more videos than you might expect of people truly being arrested for riding a horse while intoxicated. In this particular pullover, one California trooper even escorts the unaware equine attached to the patrol car back home since the rider is taken into custody. Arkansas law defines DWI or DUI offenses as those committed on a motorized vehicle. Think cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, even a tractor. But according to state police, Arkansas is not a state where being drunk or impaired on a horse is going to cost you a DWI. Captain Brad Land says, quote, the DWI-DUI statutes in Arkansas apply to motor vehicles and boats. Therefore, a person could not be charged with those statutes for riding a horse while intoxicated. However, a person could be charged with public intoxication if they were in a public place while on a horse and were intoxicated. So we can verify that no, the claim that Arkansas has a drunk riding law is not true. Captain Land adds, saying, quote, it looks like this site has incorrect information about Arkansas. You simply cannot get a DUI or DWI on a horse. With warmer weather here and schools winding down, vacation season will be here before you know it. For Arkansans traveling by road, that means stopping to get gas to get you to your destination. But can you damage your car by choosing the wrong place to pump? In times past, drivers might keep on going past a gas station if a tanker truck was there refueling the station's underground supplies. The problem? Sediment from the bottom of the truck's tank getting stirred by the motion and some of that sediment making its way into your gas tank, potentially damaging your car. It's a concern sent to Verify by Jay, who asks, is this still something to worry about today? Jay, let's verify. Our sources are AAA, fuel dispenser filter maker PetroClear, and the Plant Industries Office of the Arkansas Agriculture Department. According to AAA, modern gas stations install filters in their gas pumps meant to clean the gas before it reaches the nozzle. PetroClear says filters work wonders but are not foolproof and that debris from the sediment can still enter the intake pipe that feeds the gas station's pumps. PetroClear adds some states require gas stations to use higher quality filters that can catch finer particles. The Arkansas Agriculture Department has laws and regulations on petroleum found on the department's Plant Industries website under the Bureau of Standards. Many gas pump manufacturers also require gas stations to use filters and will go as far as to void the pump's warranty if the gas station doesn't comply. So we can verify that, yes, even now, contaminants from sediment inside gas tankers can get into your car's tank, but the filters have vastly improved just how much of that debris gets through. AAA says it's good practice to avoid a station if a fuel tanker is on site, but not to worry much if you must stop to refuel, as the odds of damage to your car are far lower than they once were. Maybe you are facing a long drive and planning to listen to some music or a podcast to help pass the time. Do keep in mind those statistics do show driving while distracted is among the top 10 causes of car crashes. THV11 viewer Adam wants to know if it's legal to drive in Arkansas while wearing earbuds or headphones. So let's verify. Our sources are the Arkansas Department of Transportation, Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration, Arkansas State Police, and the National Highway Transportation and Safety Administration. In recent years, Arkansas law has targeted distracted driving, focusing on the use of cell phones and texting while behind the wheel. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, any behavior that diverts a driver's attention from the road in front of them is risky. In 2021, the agency says more than 3,500 people were killed and an estimated 362,000 others hurt in motor vehicle traffic crashes involving distracted drivers. Arkansas State Police say while the law doesn't specify earbuds and headphones, using them is just one more distraction that could quickly turn tragic.
There's not a specific statute that says you cannot wear earbuds or headphones. However, we highly discourage it because most headphones and earbuds cut out all the ambient noise around you. And by having those on, you would not be able to hear somebody honking at you or an emergency vehicle coming up behind you with their siren on to warn you to move over.
So we can verify that, yes, you can wear earbuds and headphones while driving in Arkansas. But as technology continues evolving, safety agencies say the practice may eventually be addressed by the state legislature. And as always, if you have a question, let THV11 verify it. You can send us a Facebook message or send us an email at verify@thv11.com.